All right. Yay. So welcome everybody. Allison Vernon-Thompson is our guest today, our health professional. She's a fitness trainer. She's a Pilates instructor. She's also a WNBF figure pro. She's been on the cover of Natural Bodybuilding Fitness Magazine. She's also done fitness instructing on CNN, on Good Morning America. And also, we went to school together. So we've known each other a really, really, really long time dancing. So welcome, Allison.
Oh, thank you so much for the warm welcome. I really appreciate it. Thank you both so much for having me. I love being here. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know you've got this. Well, first off, you and your husband had the most amazing gym here in Manhattan in Tribeca, and I'm still crying.
I love that gym.
That gym, we just loved your gym.
Good times in that gym.
Good times in that gym. Lots of photos that we took in that gym working out. It is the cleanest gym ever in Manhattan too. The friendliest and the cleanest, I will say. But yeah, so it was an amazing gym. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But I know you're doing different things right now in your life. You know, the pandemic has really changed a lot of things for a lot of us, you know, and we've had to kind of invent or reinvent ourselves in a good way. And I know you've got a company, or I think you're calling it now your fitness company, Fitness for Change. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you so much about the gym. You know, we were heartbroken to have to close it, and people like you, just our people made it so special. So we really are grateful to you for being a part of that community. And we're so sad that we had to close, but yeah, so we faced with this COVID world where like everything is moving online. And my girlfriends and I were in this text chain. So I have a couple of girlfriends who went to nutrition school and stuff with me, and we're in this text chain, and we're saying like, at the time, it was back in the summer, and like George Floyd had just been murdered. COVID was happening. It was just insanity. And everyone was feeling really anxious about what was going to happen. And everyone wanted to do something to help, but we were all feeling a little stumped on what to do. Like, how can we ourselves make change? If we are going to donate some money, where should we even donate it? We were all feeling just a bit overwhelmed with what to do. And so I had this idea, like, what if we could all work together to help change the world at the same time that we were helping to change our bodies? So what if we could get healthy together and also help improve the world? And so I just started researching, like, how can we give back? How can Fitness for Change be a company that helps women really get stronger, get healthier, and at the same time, we donate money towards charities that are in need of. Right now, we're working with particularly donating to the ACLU, one that is for climate change. So, but it was really kind of a labor of love that came out of this weird new world that we're living in. And now we have group classes, and it's all about strength training and Pilates and dance, and it's geared towards really community for women. So the idea being that there's the accountability piece, which is so huge and often missing if you're just showing up to a random group class. We travel through the classes together, so there's accountability at the same time that we're doing this, strength training and Pilates and dance and getting our heart rate up and all the good things that come with fitness.
That's beautiful. Wow, that's great. So the class that you're doing, so can anyone join this class? And if so, like, how did they go about that?
Yeah, thank you. Well, I have kind of two things going right now. One is this 8 a.m. class. It's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m. Any woman can join. Sorry, boys. Anyone who identifies as a woman can join us. We are, it's really meant to be a community for women, but online I have this 3 p.m., 3 minutes at 3 p.m. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. It's free. Yay! It's just this kind of move, like do like a fun workout, fun intervals. It's only 3 minutes, and it's 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and anyone can join us on Instagram or on Facebook. So,
And
either way.
what's your Instagram? It's just called Fitness for Change, correct? So
It's at Fitness for Change, but there's periods between. So it's fitness period for period change.
Awesome. Teray, do you have anything you want to add before I ask another question?
I just want to mention the 3 at 3 class. I've watched it a couple of times, and the energy is high packed, intense energy for 3 minutes, and it's so fun. I like it. I haven't gotten a chance to do it live, but I've watched the replays a few times. It's great.
Good.
You're no joke. You're no joke.
Yeah, it's fun. It's high energy. It's meant to just kind of, I think we're sitting at our desks. So many people now in the COVID world are, working from home or are spending more time at home. So even if you're not working at home, you're home when you maybe used to be out and about. And so the 3 minutes at 3 was sort of this, I was inspired to do it so that we would all just jump up in the middle of the day, move around together, and just elevate our mood, elevate our bodies, and bring some energy back into our day. So they can be a little intense sometimes.
That's
but
usually
it's only 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 3 minutes. That's perfect, because that's usually around the time, right? People start to crash. I mean, that's usually the time I want a matcha latte, right? So Teray, I used to make a matcha latte for us here at work. We have to keep almond milk on hand, matcha latte, and we get a little crazy after our matcha latte dance. So it's perfect. So maybe one day, if we're not all teaching, because sometimes Teray's teaching at 3 p.m., then we'll all try to jump on with you on Instagram to do your 3 at 3. That would be so fun.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be so fun. And you guys will be you'll be so wound up if you do the 3 minutes and then do your matcha, you'll be out of control.
Hey, we try to make everything around here a dance party, got to try to keep it fun, keep it moving. That's one thing, trying to keep our senior adults, elevated and constantly moving their bodies, and especially during this pandemic, because it's taken a toll on everybody, but really the senior population. So, we're trying to keep them motivated. Maybe sometime we could do a 3 at 3, and you could do more of a geriatric one, and we could bring.
I love it.
I was thinking the same thing. We have to tone it down so we can put it on the big screen.
Yes, we can put it on the big screen in the community room. Oh my God! Allison, 2 years ago when we had the Tuesdays at 4 group, she was in. Allison, you were in the original group that I started.
Yeah.
That was 11 years ago, right? So we were dancing and moving and grooving with the seniors then, and we're still doing it now. But I would love to incorporate that sometime into one of the classes.
That would be so fun. I feel like that. I love that you are already getting them moving and dancing all the time. I feel like dance is such an overlooked form of exercise that you can just turn on music for, a 2-minute song, 3-minute song, and in the middle of your day, do a dance break. And it really makes such a difference in your overall energy. It just transforms your day. And so, and I don't think we enjoy our bodies enough. I don't think that we appreciate them just for how they can move, and at any age, at any stage, just your body is just this beautiful thing that wants to move. And so if you just put on those 3 minutes of music, your favorite song, you suddenly are so elevated. So I love that.
Even if you can't dance.
What'd you say?
I said, even if you can't dance like me, just move.
Oh,
right?
come on.
Everybody can dance.
That's my thing.
That's the thing.
But I'll move.
It's just not being attached to it. Just being move however you want.
Yeah.
And Teray's an amazing DJ too. She can dance and she's an awesome DJ. She can do it all.
I always say I make other people dance. But between Whitney and my husband, I'm bound to learn how to dance just a little bit.
I love it. We'll do dance breaks together. You'll do the music. We'll all dance. It's perfect.
There you go. And maybe then when we can allow people to come back in, outsiders into the place where we work, the senior living community, we can get Allison back in here and we can do a fun dance party, the whole live real dance
Yeah.
party, all of us together. So
I love it. That's
cooking.
totally it. Just like not even worrying about how you look. It's not organized. It's not, you know, any particular style. It's just like move your butt. Just get your booty going.
Shake it. Chaotic.
Yeah.
That's what
You
we
can
love.
burn a lot of calories like that. You definitely burn a lot of calories like that.
That's for sure. The Apple Watch, my Apple Watch went nuts. I had to send it back. I was working out so much. It just lost its mind. I just got a replacement today. Too much.
You just got the watch. Yeah, that's crazy.
And I just got it. But hey, Apple's good. So this kind of leads into my my next question is, you know, so many people, I feel like everybody's always worried about, oh, wait, you know, like getting on the scale. And could you maybe talk a little bit about why you say to never use the scale? I heard one of your talks earlier this morning on Instagram, and it really just stuck out to me because I don't ever use a scale personally. I mean, once in a while, when I go visit my family, they have a scale in the bathroom. I step on that, and that's not very often. I'm just curious to see, you know, what it may say. But there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration, especially as a woman. Can you talk a little bit about that, Allison?
Yeah, I love this subject so much because we have attached a lot of meaning to the scale. So especially for women, we often have a number in our mind, like it was some random number from some time when you were like at your skinniest or something. It may not have even been when you felt the best, which is really important to note, right? You were just hyper skinny for some reason, and you might even felt bad at the time, but you have that number in your mind. And women often will attach sort of their like almost their self-worth to this number, this random number. And the reason this is terrible to do is because this number scales are so horrible. First of all, one scale to the next can be different, but so many things affect it. So a woman during ovulation, during their period can absolutely have huge changes of 3 to 5 pounds of water weight, water retention. So 5 pounds, that's a lot, you know? So like if you're getting on the scale and suddenly there's 5 pounds difference in how much you're holding on, you know, in your body, that can really kind of mess with your mind when really it's not the weight itself. It's just this water weight that you're holding temporarily. Also, same thing with sodium. So if you ate a really high sodium meal, such as like sushi or something the night before, and it had a lot of soy sauce or something, and the next morning you weigh yourself, you'll notice that your weight will go up because you're retaining more water. If you drink a lot of water, so a gallon of water weighs like 8 pounds. If you guzzle, you know, one of these things or something and then get on the scale, it changes. If you eat a big meal, whether or not you pooped. So like if you went a whole day and you didn't have your poo yet, and then you get on the scale, you're going to be heavier than on the day where you did poop. And so we can just go on and on and on, all these things that are affecting the scale. And so because of this, it's really not a very valuable means of weighing yourself because it can be so inconsistent. And so throughout the course, for a woman, throughout the course of the month, it can change. And for a man, maybe just it will change similarly with sodium and all these things. And so I don't really recommend it unless you're using it in conjunction with other tools. And what I mean by that is if you're using calipers or even a circumference measurement, and you're putting these into a math equation that helps you determine whether or not you are gaining muscle, losing muscle, gaining fat, losing fat, then you can have a better understanding of what your actual muscle mass and bone mass is and what your actual fat mass is. Because oftentimes what happens as well is people are on a weight loss journey, they get on the scale, they keep seeing the scale drop, but what happens when your nutrition isn't quite spot on, often even on a diet, is that you can lose muscle. And so what happens is scale numbers going down, but you're losing muscle, not fat. And so that's not the direction that we want to go. So really what's a better indicator, as you were pointing out, Whitney, is really on how you look, whether or not you're fitting into certain clothes. You can look at your body and tell like when you're, you know, how the muscle might be looking, like in your arm, for example. And so you want to, I'm not against using tools. I think we should use them, but the scale has so many variables that it often can be worthless if you're like, especially if you're on a muscle gaining program where you're really trying to determine whether or not you're gaining muscle and you're using a scale. that can be tricky. And so, that's why I often say, let's just put the scale out of our minds for a minute.
So I think that clears me then. I think hopefully that clears me, because remember I said I'm guilty of the scale. I'm always on the scale. All right. So you mentioned using the caliper, but my scale tells me my muscle mass and my water weight and the fat percentage. So does that clear me? Is it fair enough that at least I'm monitoring that? Because I notice when my weight does go up, I weigh often. And lately, when my weight has gone up, the muscle has gone up. And then if it goes down, it either stays the same, or sometimes it does go down. But a lot of times when I freak out, like, oh, shoot, I'm up like 4 pounds, I look and the muscle went up. So then I'm like, okay, I feel better, and I go about my day. So.
Yes. So some scales now are measuring lean mass, which is what yours must be. And I think the technology will continue to improve on those so that we can really track them better over time. The technology isn't quite 100%, but I think that the scale that you have sounds really great. I mean, I maybe even consider putting that link in your video, because if you're going to use a scale, using one that has this technology where it's measuring some lean mass is a much superior form of measurement than just your old school scale that's just saying like, oh, I'm 130 or I'm 140 or whatever, and no reference point for what's going on with the body. So yeah, absolutely.
And I'm able to keep a track of it too, because it's Wi-Fi. I have every date, a little graph, so I'm able to keep the track.
Nice.
I'll put the link in the video, like you said. Good idea.
Yeah, now we all want your scale.
You know, right? I just go by, hey, do my tights, my workout tights, how do they feel? How do my jeans feel? I can tell right away whether it's like, 5 pounds, 3 pounds. I mean, I feel like, and it's different for everybody, but for me, that's how I can kind of check in and tell. Like you said, when it's that time of the month, I totally can tell a complete difference in my body, and I'm a little bit more tired and I can tell right away. But it's all about learning your body and really paying attention to all these small little things that are happening in the body.
Absolutely. That is exactly right. I love the pant measurement, how your clothes are fitting is definitely, a good one. I also like to use circumference measurements. I'll often do, so if I am on a muscle gaining program for myself, I'll use calipers. But if not, I'll use circumference measurements sometimes if I'm more looking to weight loss. First of all, we don't have as much attachment to circumference measurements. Like, who remembers their circumference? Like, I don't remember, right? So then if you are measuring like your thigh or something, it's just, you have no attachment to that number. There's, it doesn't feel like a failure or something if it's different. It's just like, these are just numbers. And so I'll use a tape measure and measure my the highest part of my thigh, and that will often be that's helpful. And I do that with clients as well. It's a nice tool and one that you can do on yourself. Whereas like calipers are harder to do on yourself unless you have this cool scale. So yeah, just as an alternative tool.
Teray, everybody's gonna be buying your scale.
I hope they send me one for free.
They're gonna be signing up for Allison's class 3 times a week, the one class, and then 3 at 3, and then they're gonna be on that scale. Yes, and then also
that's what they should do. That's what y'all should do. That's the reason why we're here.
Absolutely.
Right?
And then healthy eating too. Is there anything you want to say, Allison, just about like nutrition or any kind of pointers that you want to give? We have a few minutes left of just like with healthy eating, clean eating.
Yeah. I always say, generally, since we're kind of on like a weight loss conversation, I would say, a couple of things that I think are like that aren't often given enough attention when it comes to weight loss is water. People don't often drink enough water, and especially in the winter, it can be hard because the air is dry, the heat's drying, and it's cold, so you sort of don't want to drink as much. So I like to encourage people to drink plenty of water. Often we will eat when we're actually hungry, and so I say, gain at least 2 liters for most adults a day. And I often will recommend more, but I wouldn't want to recommend more until I knew the body I was working with. But at least 2 liters a day of water. That's one of my number one things.
Yeah.
Number 2, I think with like weight loss generally is sleep. I think it's a really overlooked component of weight loss. Your body will trigger you to eat if you're tired, because it's looking for an energy source. And so if you get plenty of sleep, you will actually find that staying on a nutrition plan is easier, and that you'll find that you're less munchy. So you have what I call the drive-by snacking, where you just like drive by the fridge, you drive by the countertop, you drive by the pantry, and you're like munch all day long. And sleep helps a lot with that, because that habit can often be just your body's way of kind of getting a little boost of energy. So those are 2 of my not often mentioned weight loss tips. With nutrition generally, I think I would say an overarching rule is the more you can eat whole foods, the better. The less you're eating from a package, the more you're eating from your refrigerator, the better.
Agreed. Yes.
I agree from experience.
Yes.
But
yeah.
you talked about muscle when you were talking about the caliber, and I know you did natural bodybuilding, right? Can you tell us about that and how you got into that, and what was your experience as a bodybuilder, natural, and a woman?
Right. I did actually more of a bikini competition. I did a couple of them, and this was years ago now, like maybe 10 years or so.
You guys need to see, viewers need to see the magazine cover. That hot. That was amazing. I was like, yes, Allison.
Oh, I'll insert that in this video if you allow me to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was really fun. It was a major challenge. I would recommend, I always say to people, if you kind of have curiosity, you're like, what's that about? I think you should follow the curiosity and do it one time. I will say it's really hard, and I will comment that the reason I stopped doing it is because what I call the post-competition brain, insert curse word. I won't say it on your channel. I don't think you're allowed to say it. But that post-competition brain. Oh, are you allowed to say it? I'm not sure.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Well, the post-competition brain fog, it really like gets in your head. This, again, with this number on the scale and like what you should be like and how your body should look. And you sort of detach yourself from what's actually the healthiest way for your body to thrive. And what you have to do often for those competitions is not that healthy. And so I actually segued out of it because I felt like I couldn't live in sort of my truth around health and wellness and continue in the industry. So that's how I segued out of it. But I do think that there's a lot of personal growth to be done through the process of doing one. So if you have curiosity, you should do it. But just know that you have to come back to like a place of wellness afterward.
Well,
Makes sense.
What you did. You really transformed. I mean, you have a stunning body. You've always had a beautiful body, in my opinion. I think so, because we danced together. I saw you. I mean, you're 3 years. I think you're 3 years younger than I. So I was a senior when you came in as a freshman. So I've kind of seen your whole journey, and it's been really, really beautiful. But when I saw that magazine cover, I was like, dang, get it, girl. Yeah, I was so excited for you. But I totally understand what you're saying about the health aspect, and like that constantly like, oh, well, I got to look this way, or I got to hit this number back on that scale or whatever, or looking that specific way. And that's not really something that's healthy to maintain all the time. Right. And even as dancers, I felt like too, we were always very health conscious and trying to keep our bodies in shape. But sometimes I know, like just in performing, some of the outfits that I've had to get into to be on stage, and you're constantly being looked at, you're like, oh, I got to look a certain way. I got to be a certain shape, to be on stage. And it wasn't always the healthiest, what I had to do, kind of a little bit of, crazy eating at times and over exercising that really wasn't the healthiest. And I knew that then, but I had to look a certain way to fit into a certain costume on stage. But, you know, now you live and you learn, and it was an experience. And then you figure out what the healthiest way is for you and your body, and to maintain that.
Exactly. Like figuring out what feels best for you, and what weight, you know, if you do want to think of a number, like what weight did you feel the best? Not necessarily did you get the most attention for looking the best, or someone else told you you looked great, or even you have it in your mind like, oh, this was when I was at my leanest, and so therefore it was the best. But when you actually felt the most like yourself, and when you felt the most healthy, that is the place that we should all try to get to. And like you're saying, you may have looked rock star, I'm sure you did, super hot in that outfit for your costume, but you may not have felt your best because you had over exercised and you were probably depleted nutrient wise. And so, yeah, that's really good.
So we have about 7 minutes left. Do you want to speak? I know you're an ambassador for this really amazing fitness clothing line, Savvy? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us like quickly about that?
Yeah, totally. It's such a fun company. They're very inclusive, and all women, all sizes, very much into just healthy living, healthy lifestyle. And I'm a brand ambassador with them now. So I have a little online shop on my my Instagram page, and they just have the cutest fitness clothes. And so I've also, in conjunction with how you feel internally based on your nutrition, your exercise, and all these things, in addition, how you feel, what you're wearing, how the fabrics feel on your skin. Like this top I'm wearing is a Savvy top. I love to feel good in the clothes I'm wearing. So when I was approached to become a brand ambassador for Savvy, I was like, oh, great. I love to feel good in my workout clothes. And, you know, I always want to feel vibrant and sexy and fit. And so anything in the wellness world, whether it's something you're putting physically on your body or something that you're taking in and nourishing your body with, I want to always have that be the outcome. So when they approached me, I was like, cool, let's do this. So yeah, if anyone wants to check it out, it's a great company. I highly recommend it. Yeah, and you can.
I'm actually wearing the sports bra. I think it's called Swallow sports bra in black cheetah. So thanks for that discount code. I love it.
Yeah, I have 4 of those discount codes.
I want to show you, but I can't really at this moment. Yeah.
Just give everybody the vivid imagination of what it looked like with the full description.
Black cheetah. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, so I really like it. So
great. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. I'll order something. I have to go through the catalog and see what you have. Because I like to put on new things and try to fit into new and different things since I've lost weight. And, you know, fashion and fitness, it all goes hand in hand together.
Yes,
I definitely have to check it out.
And like you said, Allison, it's all about feeling good. You know, when you go to the gym or you're outside running, I love to wear workout clothes that make me feel good, you know?
Totally. Yes, like that
together.
Old, like burnt out, like college tee that you've been wearing for 15 years or something. You know, like toss that and get your cute leggings on, right? Because you feel, when you feel good, you actually work out better. You know, it's like when you're looking there, you're like, those are some cute leggings. Then suddenly you're like, oh, bring it. Let's work out even harder, you know?
That's right.
Cool.
People are like, where'd you get those? Oh, well, I ordered these from Savvy. Or
Totally. Well, I do have a few of those discount codes. So both of you, you know, let me know. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, Trey, anything you want to add there to the end? I know we got like 4 minutes left.
No, we talked about the strength and muscle and the weight loss and the scale. And, you know, your program, the 3 at 3, I love it. I think you covered everything that I could think of at the moment. And also the gym that we miss so much.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to tell all our viewers to, you know, make sure to follow her. Follow Allison Vernon-Thompson.
Fitness for change. Yeah.
Fitness
Thank
for
you so
10.
much. Thank
Yeah,
you so
and join her 3 at 3. And then if you're interested in doing any of her other classes, I think they can just direct message you, right?
Right. The 8 a.m. class is kind of a little different than the 3 minutes at 3. The style is, we sort of slowly seduce you into working out. It starts with a little meditation and then goes into some Pilates, and it's a little more, you ease into it a bit and then end with some higher energy dance and intervals. So if that's more your jam, you can do the 8 a.m. Yeah.
That's like a full-on like class. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right.
I'll have to check
that's
that out.
awesome.
I'll have to check
you're
that out because Pilates is the one thing I haven't tested the waters with, really. I've been doing the yoga, but Pilates I haven't tested that yet.
Oh, we're gonna get you in class. I can send you the link. You can come experiment with us. Try
Okay,
it out.
all right.
Allison's an amazing teacher. Yeah, so she's great. I know that for sure. So she's I recommend everybody signing up for her class.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yes. Thank you.
A
It's great to have
teacher,
you.
great instructor, awesome
Thank
trainer,
you.
health coach, all of the above. So thank you so much, Allison, for joining us today.
Oh, absolutely. This is my pleasure. I love chatting with you both. And this is fun. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. So I think we're supposed to say, what are we supposed to say, Teray? Subscribe, right?
Subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell for the next video.
Notification bell.
Yeah.
Ray's always like, subscribe. So I'm learning. Subscribe.
And comment. If you have questions, comments, post them at the bottom of the video. Right at the bottom.
Right. And we can make sure Allison gets the questions and we'll try to answer them.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We can do a Q&A.
Questions. Totally. We'll go through them for sure.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Have a great night. Thank you. Mwah.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.